So today we will be looking at paper torn collages. Does anyone know the meaning of collage? So a collage is a picture made up of portions of torn paper or photos, and then they are arranged together where they join, overlap or blend in, and they create a new image. Some keywords within the definition to be aware of are portions, torn, arrange, join, overlap and create. Now we will look at some examples of torn paper collages. The first one up the top shows some ocean animals, a seahorse, a dolphin and a clownfish. As you can see, they have a mosaic-like effect, and this is achieved by having different shades of one colour in each section. So the seahorse is made up different shades of yellow, so there's some oranges in there, a little bit of red and some darker yellow shades and some golds. The background, the ocean, is lots of light blue, dark blue, indigo, and some white in there as well to give it an effect. The second example is of a video game character. He's made up of some reds, blues, some white sections, black, and some pink for the skin tones. Now he stands out because the background is a yellowy green colour that blends in together, and that's very contrasting against the picture, so that makes him stand out from the background. Our task today is to create torn paper collages of some flags, the Australian, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander flag. This is what they look like. So based on what they look like, what colours do you think we might need to collect from our magazines? We'll need some blues, some red, some black, yellow and green. Yeah. I already collected some samples of the colours necessary, all except green, and I've just bagged them up into sections to make it easier for myself. The trick to finding colours you need is to tear out big blocks of colour. So if you're doing the Australian flag, for example, you would find a big block of blue in a magazine, tear that out and then tear the colour. Try not to tear any text, any writing in there, that won't give it a very good effect on your picture. Once you have the 4 sheets of colour, rip them into smaller pieces. They should be no bigger than a 20-cent piece, as that will be less effective if they're any bigger than that. So glue the paper onto the template and try to overlap the colours to fill as much space as possible. Try not to put black in the middle where it's not meant to go, or yellow down here. Try to keep them in their designated areas. We will cut the flags out after to make them look neater. If your flag has white areas in it, just like the Torres Strait Islander and Australian flag, leave them white. Don't cover them with white paper because that will just waste time. Leave them white because they will be printed on paper and it will just give a better effect if you just leave it. However, the only time a white space will need to be covered is if it's not needed to be white. So like in my red, that's incomplete because there's still some quite chunky bits of white being shown, so I have to fill them in and make sure that they're all red. The only time that white can't be helped is if there are tears and they create the white line around the outside, as you can see. Once we have finished, we will have to leave them to sit and dry, and then we'll cut them out neatly and paste them around the room, stick them on our board or hang them up properly. Alright, any more questions? Alright, away you go.